Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this video where I'm going to be putting together the most amazing and OP starter Premier League squad that only costs 25k, which I think is an absolute bargain, a very achievable figure to start off FIFA 18 with, and a great team that you can get your hands on, and a lot of players that you'll probably keep going through into FIFA, well into it. So it's definitely some worthwhile investments in here that are really good players that you can really keep on using. So if you do enjoy the video, as always, if you could hammer the hell out of that like button, I would really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you have any questions on any of the players that I've used, the formation, the custom tactics, anything at all, ask away in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer each and every one of you. So jumping up into the goalkeeper position, and we are obviously going to put this to the Premier League, and we are going for Jordan Pickford. 77 rated. He reminds me a lot of Jack Butland in terms of just very OP, saves so many unsavable shots that will just frustrate your opponents, which is always fun. He's relatively cheap, you know, being only 77 rated, but for a good starter player, I think he's very reliable and a really good choice in goal, with decent distribution but very good reflexes and shot stopping ability. So we move on to right back now, and one of the players where I must admit, you know, I have saved a little bit of money, and that is Kyle Norton. He's a good all-rounder, in fairness to him. You know, he's got good ability in defensive situations, but also he's decent going forward. His pace is okay at 74. Yes, I would much rather have a quicker player, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference, to be quite honest, because the way that you'll play with this team is very much in a counter-attacking style. So he doesn't get forward like absolutely crazy. He can go up and join in from time to time, but overall he is more of a defender than anything else, and someone who can maybe join in around the midfield area, but he won't really go too much further. So overall I was not too bothered about that. At centre back we have a partnership of Mbemba and Davison Sanchez. Sanchez is one of the more expensive players in this team, but we will start off talking about Mbemba. 74 pace is always very nice on a Premier League starter centre back. You know, that is a very good stat to start off with straight away. Then when you throw in the physicality that he's got, you throw in the decent defending skills, not too bad with the ball, his passing and dribbling are okay as well, you have a very solid centre back. And when you partner him with Sanchez, you've got a really solid partnership. You know, 71 pace, yes, he's not quite as quick, but he feels really quick. You know, he feels like a 75, 76 rated sort of pace-wise player there, I must admit. But where he really comes into his own is the way he reads the game, his strength, his aerial ability. He's always making great interceptions. He's very strong in the tackle and wins the ball and makes vital blocks all the time. So those two were very good. At left back, in a similar vein to Kyle Norton, we've got a little bit of a cost saver here, and that's Kieran Gibbs. Again, a decent all-round player. You know, he's got okay pace, his dribbling, his passing, defence and physicality are all pretty decent. You know, they're all 70 and above, which is always nice. So he's useful on the ball, and he can definitely make a fair few tackles. Probably feels a bit quicker than 79 pace, if I'm honest. Definitely can catch a fair few quick wingers. So overall, a very decent back four for a relatively well-priced sort of, you know, cost in all honesty. At central midfield, we are going to put Amate, and we are going to put Ndidi in first, and then we are going to go to CDM, because I didn't have enough money to actually change him into a central midfielder, and we have Victor Wanyama. Now we'll start off talking about Amate. He is a great all-rounder. You know, he's got decent pace, he's got great physicality, and that's something I really wanted in this midfield three. It works so well for the whole style of the play. You know, it's all well and good picking players that are a bit more exciting, but this three in midfield are so solid. They provide great protection for the back four, and they're just really hard to beat. You know, there'll be really good players that you'll come up against that will struggle to get through this line before they even get to the defence and then the goalkeeper. And Amate is a big part of that because he is so strong. He's got decent defensive skills, and when he does win the ball back, which he inevitably will, he's actually alright going forward. You know, he's got okay pace, his passing is quite neat and tidy, dribbling is okay, you know, can definitely move around on the pitch quite well with the ball, and he can also finish. You know, he'll pop up with a goal or two, which is always very, very handy. Victor Wanyama is definitely the anchor for the team. You know, he is the slowest of the midfield three, but that's fine because where he sits is right in the middle of the park. Definitely the player that is always going to be there to win the ball back, and he does that so well. 82 defence coupled with 91 physicality. The guy is an absolute beast. He's a pure and utter tank on the middle of the pitch that just wins the ball back and gets the team moving. When he does a very, very good job of that. He's also got good passing, decent shooting. If anything does drop to him in and around, you know, sort of the penalty area or so, he can definitely score. And even from outside the box, he's got a bit about him. So overall, a really solid player, but definitely one that is going to sort of really win the ball back and get the team moving high up the pitch. Ndidi does a similar sort of role, if I'm honest. You know, they all chip in, and Ndidi does that as well. Good pace, 74, nice and tidy. Great all-round stats, you know, decent passing and shooting, dribbling okay. But again, very, very solid in those defensive areas with that defending and physicality, making him a really good player that can score goals, but also will win a heck of a lot of tackles. And those midfield three really do feed the next ones so well. Now again, I didn't have enough money to actually change him into a cam, but I'm sure if you do put this team together later on, you'll find quite a few versions of this card at cam, and that is Wijnaldum, who I just absolutely love. I packed this guy. I was interested, I was thinking about other players, maybe Lanzini and stuff, but I went for Wijnaldum, and he's been absolutely fantastic. Scored me so many goals. I love his all-round game. You know, he's very, very good at a variety of things. He can definitely defend, and he can also really use the ball, which is why I wanted him in the team. He's got good pace, he moves across the pitch well, his shooting is really on point there at 75. That is as good as most starter strikers, if I'm being honest, so very decent there. His passing feels a bit higher than 76. He'll get you tons of assists. But where he really comes into his own is that quick footwork. You know, he's got really good dribbling, and he can definitely score some really nice goals. His link-up play is brilliant, and he feeds the front two, who are absolutely lethal, I must admit. So we're going to put this to striker, and we're going to put them both in, and that is the partnership of Gray and Josh King. Now we'll start off talking about Gray. Lovely pace. He was brilliant last year. Many of you will know from watching my channel and others that this guy was very, very good last year around, and he continues to be. He's got good shooting at 76. I've put a cheeky Hawk card on him, which does up that a little bit. His dribbling is quite good. He's got good physicality, lovely speed. You know, he will get in behind all day long, but he's also got a bit with the hold-up play. He can definitely link up with Wijnaldum and King very, very well. Lovely little triangles always popping up, so when the team are defending deep in that counter-attacking style, they can push it through to these front three, and they can link up with some nice passing, give and goes, and they are in behind very, very quickly, because all of them are fast, you know, but especially Gray, very, very quick and very, very good in front of goal. Now we come to the final player in the team, and that is Josh King. This guy impressed me absolutely no end. He was brilliant, breathtakingly good. He scored me so many goals, it was unreal. You know, very similar to Gray, you know, in many ways, but he's a little bit quicker and he's a little bit better in front of goal. In-game stats for this guy, his finishing is ridiculous, so OP, making him a very, very good player to use. And for only a 77 rated gold, I think he's absolutely unreal. Scored me so many goals from all sorts of angles, always getting in behind. I cannot recommend this guy enough. I thought he was brilliant, and I highly recommend you guys go out and try him. He's really cheap, and overall, the team as a whole, for around 25k, I think you are getting a very solid team that's got good pace, great strength, and some very clinical finishers in the top third of the pitch, which is always what you want. Right, so now we're just going to have a look at the custom tactics and player instructions. We'll start off with the custom tactics, and as you can see, we've got a very speedy build-up play because we need to move it through the team very, very quickly to use that counter-attacking style and the pace we've got in the team to as much effect as possible. Passing, we are passing. We need to move it quick. That is a very, very effective sort of thing. So 45. Nice triangles, always working very, very well. Organised on the positioning. Passing again there, quite high at 65. Crossing with no wingers, absolutely no point having it any higher than 30, but we don't want to rule it out completely. 70 on the shooting. Positioning again, organised. And then when it comes to the defence, we've got 45 on the pressure. 50 on the aggression because we've got some big strong lads in there, and then 40 on the team with the defensive line of cover. So now we're just going to have a quick look at the player instructions. We only have a few on certain players. We have nothing on Gray, but we do have stay central and getting behind on King. Wijnaldum has stay forward and stick to position. And when it comes to Wanyama, we have stay back while attacking and aggressive interceptions, and that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this squad builder, guys. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and peace.